morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Section Hikers. Well, today is Saturday, June 10th, and we are about to head out. We've got about a 9-mile hike today to a place called Russell Field here on the AT, the Appalachian Trail. We camped here last night at the Birch Spring Gap Campground, and I'll flip the camera around so you can look at it. Back here, this is where we ate. And there's Raven and Rattler getting ready.
Hey guys.
This is where we ate, and if you follow the trail back that way, we camped over there because you're supposed to eat separate from where you're camping, of course. And then we hung up our packs over there. There's some cables up there you can pull up your backpack to. See you guys. So yeah, we got a 9-mile hike ahead of us. Some pretty good climbing, but we'll get through it like anything else. All right, I will end it here and pick up some more video along the trail. All right. Hey everybody, I'm back. Well, so far I've hiked 4.46, so almost 4.5 miles into today's 8.5-mile hike on the AT, and we're heading to Russell Field Shelter. Now along the AT they have all of these shelters, and they were built like in the 1930s, maybe 1940s. Some of them were built, and a lot of them have like a chain link fence that goes around it, it wraps around it, to prevent bears from getting in there while hikers are sleeping in there. Inside the shelters they have like shelves or bunks. They're like bunks, but they're kind of like benches, and other benches built on top of those benches, and that's where hikers typically put their sleeping bag, and that's where they sleep. But they eat outside of the shelter. But with the ones that have those chain link fence surroundings, like I was telling you, those you can eat in the shelter. I'm pretty sure about that, because you're protected from the bears with that chain link fence. Anyhow, they have these shelters all along the Great Smoky National Park trail, or the AT trail here that goes across the park. Pretty nice. I'll take a picture of those when we get to it so you can see what they look like. But trail's been really nice. Problem is that there's so much wood, so many woods, you can't see the valleys, you can't see the other mountains until you get to a clearing. Then you can see how high you really are, and you can see how smoky the mountains really are, which is why they're called the Smoky Mountains. But unlike the PCT, where there's hardly any trees at all, once you get up to the top of a mountain, you can see as far as you can see all the mountains and hills and valleys and whatnot. It's just pretty nice. Here you can't see anything because of the trees. You can't see the forest because of the trees. It's funny. Funny joke, ha ha ha. So this is what the trail looks like. I'll show you the trail and sign off until we get to our next rest area. All right. everybody, I'm back. Well, this is what a shelter looks like. A hiker shelter on the Appalachian Trail. And if you look inside, there's shelves on bottom and top, but those are where the hikers actually lay out their sleeping bags and sleep in there. In the wintertime, they could build a fire and use that chimney. So we're not going to actually camp here. I'll flip the camera around. We're going to go further where there's another shelter and stay there instead. Okay. We're going to go grab some water down there and then continue. All right, I'll pick it up later. Hey guys, all right, so on my watch I have 8.8 miles and we are here at Russell Field Shelter where we're going to stay for the night tonight. I thought that this shelter had a chain link fence around it to protect us from the bars, but it doesn't. Wonderful. Very nice. And it comes with a butler. All right. 8.8 miles and a lot of it was uphill. I'm tired. I gotta sit down. So this is the back of the shelter. That's where the bears come out at. And I think that's where it wants to camp. Where the bears come out at.
What's that over there?
That's a horse tie-up corral. And I think down that way may be the spring water. But we will see. All right, I'm going to get set up for dinner. And then I'll pick it up afterwards. All right, so this is how you hang up your bear bag. I got it going up here. These are the bear cables. So I got my backpack already on the bear cable. Now I just need to pull it up and hook it onto the tree. So, like that. Put it over here. And there it is. All right. Good instruction on how to hang a bear bag. Okay. Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, we are about 2 miles into our 14.7 mile hike today from the shelter that we stayed in last night and our next shelter, which is Siler's Bald Shelter. Bald, like in bald head. And they call it bald because it's kind of up to the top of a mountain where there's no trees. That's why they call it a bald. Anyhow, I'm already sweating, as you can see, because we're climbing. Some of these climbs are kind of brutal, but not impossible. Anyway, it's June 11th, Sunday, June 11th, and we got an early start. We started at 7, and we're expecting some rain today, like later this afternoon. 50 to 60% chance of rain. We'll see how that goes with our ponchos. But on the way to our next shelter, we're going to come across Rocky Top. I guess it's an overlook where you can look down and see Fontana Dam, where we started from, or at least Fontana Lake. So that should be pretty cool. I'll take some pics and some video when we get there. But otherwise, it's going great, feeling good. Had some oatmeal for breakfast, and pick it up once we get to Rocky Top. Okay. Hey everybody. Well, as you can see, we ran into some rain, as predicted. They said it was going to rain today, but later in the afternoon. But at 8:20 thereabouts, it started coming down. And it got harder and harder. So, got the poncho on. My backpack is waterproof, so it's out in the open. Anyway, we are about 5 miles into our 14.7 mile hike for today. But in about 4 miles and change, we're going to stop for lunch. And so far, I'm telling you, this trail looks like we're in the jungle. The jungles of South America. It looks very tropical, especially when it's raining. Got a little caught back there, that bush. Sometimes got low-hanging branches that will catch you if you're not paying attention. Happened to me once, so I'm constantly on the lookout. Anyway, I will pick up the video where and when we stop for where we stop for lunch. Okay, we'll pick it up later. Hey guys, we are back. Well, we are at 11.6 miles into our 14.7 mile hike today. We stopped in at Derek Knob Shelter just to get out of the rain and get a quick snack. But the rain stopped, so I took off my poncho. We're doing good. Trail's muddy, but not bad. It looks like the sun is about to start coming out. We actually stumbled on another hiker in the Derek Knob Shelter with a trail name of Snakebite, because he said he got bit by a moccasin snake because he picked it up. Oh well, lesson learned, I hope. Anyhow, we got about 2.8 miles to go to the shelter where we're going to spend the night. And that shelter is called the Siler's Knob Shelter. It's coming up shortly. I can't wait. I'm tired. It's one thing to hike this trail when it's dry and got good traction. It's another thing when you're walking on muddy trails. But we're almost there. We'll get there, have a nice dinner, and then get ready for sleepies because I am beat. Alright, I will end it here. But before I do, I'm going to spin the camera around so you can see our buddies. And here we are. Finally caught up to bars. who was way ahead of us. All right, we will pick it up later. There's the trail going that way. All right. Hey guys, I'm back and I am at 14.6 miles for the day, which means I'm coming up to my shelter, and you'll see it as I flip the camera around right now. Here we go. Here's the shelter. This is Siler's Bald Shelter where we're staying tonight. I'm breathing hard because I just got through with a major climb. Oh man, that was a big climb. Metal roof. And here's the gang, all puckered out like me. Oh my God, that was a heck of a climb at the end.
Yeah, it was.
When you thought it's all over, you got a big climb. And here's a bear box, or what looks like a bear box, but maybe not so much.
Nope, bear cables are out there.
Yeah, so we have bear cables instead.
Straight out, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So that's where we'll hang our bags. So if you ever do the AT and you do the section that we did, which is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, you can stay at these shelters. Of course, you got to get a permit, but see these cables here, these are the bear cables, and they have a hook on them up there, and you just use a pulley system to pull them up so that you can keep your food and your toiletries and your backpack away from the silly black bears. Anyway, I have to settle in, get ready for dinner, get ready for bed. Oh, and I am so spent. I'll flip the camera around. Yeah, I am just completely spent. There was so much rain. It made the trail slippery and muddy. Just totally uncomfortable, but we got through it. It was tough, but not impossible. Anyway, I will sign off for now. For today, we'll pick it up in the morning. All right.